Standard 5th, Subject EVS 1. Today we shall learn Chapter 11, Our Home and Environment. Dear students, on the way to your school or market, or when you travel to another town, you see many things. Observe carefully the houses that you see. Note the construction, shape, building material, and other aspects of the different houses. Do some of the houses resemble the specimens shown here? Think about your own environment and the climate there and choose the most suitable house for yourself by putting a tick in the box near the picture. So you can complete this activity on page 51 of your textbook. We saw different types of houses in the pictures. Their main uses can be listed as follows: a shelter, a resting place, protection against the sun, the wind, the cold, and the rains, protection from wild animals, keeping ourselves safe from antisocial elements. The above figure shows a map of India and the types of houses that are common in the respective regions since ancient times. Note how the construction or structure of the houses changes from region to region. So, which different regions can you see in the map? Regions of heavy rainfall, regions of medium rainfall, regions of low rainfall, desert regions, marshy regions, mountainous regions, and finally plains. So this map is in your textbook on page 52. You can go through the map to get a better understanding of how the different types of houses are built as per the type of region. People build houses to suit the climate of the region using the natural resources that are available. Differences in the construction and building materials give rise to different types of houses. So you are already aware of different types of houses around you. Also, when you travel to different places, you must have seen the difference in the type of houses. Water, food, clothing, and shelter are the basic needs of every human being. However, these needs are not fulfilled in the case of each and every person. Then what happens? The following situations arise. Around us, we see many people who lack shelter. They seek shelter at the roadside, on footpaths, under bridges, in tumble down buildings, in railway or bus stations, and even on open grounds. Many people are forced to be homeless because they have insufficient or no means of livelihood. A section of a society being homeless is a social problem. That is why the government implements many schemes to provide homes to the homeless. In some of the cities, the government makes night shelters available to the homeless. So you can see in the picture how a night shelter is provided to the homeless people. So why do people become homeless? Look at the chart. Some reasons are listed here, like lack of affordable housing, poverty, natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, inadequate income, unemployment, physical and mental disorders are some of the reasons why people become homeless. We all have a right to clean potable water, sufficient food, a safe shelter, and education. Do you know? As the time passed, humans went on making suitable changes in their shelter. So the picture shows us right from the apes, where the early human beings lived on trees in a forest. They made some progress and started living in caves. Later, stones were used for construction. Then, thatched roofs came. Bricks were used later. Then, buildings. So, we can see how man made progress not only in his physical appearance but also in his eating habits, his shelter as well. Dear students, visit a place where construction work is going on. List the materials that you see there. Obtain information about the pollution in that area. So, a list of material is given in your textbook on page 54. What you can do is, you can find the original source from where that material is obtained and fill in the boxes given on page 54 of your textbook. And then you can compare your own list with your friends' list. Find the original sources from which construction material is obtained, and you can note down in the chart. Always remember, though there are so many different types of houses, everyone is attached to their own house. It is not only the walls and doors and windows and the roof that make up a house. It is the people who live in that house and their love and affection for one another that turns a house into a home. So we always say home sweet home. Home is important to each one of us. No matter where we go, we always long to get back to our own home. Next, the population of our country as well as the world is increasing, right? That is another social problem. The population of the world is increasing all the time. That is why houses are being built in large numbers. Natural resources have to be used in very great quantities to build these houses. They are obtained using the methods listed. Now onwards, you will see some methods which are listed here. These methods are harmful to the environment and lead to the pollution of air. You can see in the first picture air pollution, water, and soil, and also cause noise pollution. So, which are these methods which lead to all these problems, various pollutions? Let's have a look. The few examples which are harmful to the environment are digging up hills for quarrying. You can see the picture. A quarrying picture is shown. Extracting sand from seashores and riverbeds. Okay. A launch is shown extracting sand. Extracting stone and earth from the ground. Drawing out excessive amounts of groundwater. Felling trees to clear land. Filling up ponds, lakes, streams, rivers, creeks, and low-lying areas to reclaim land. So these methods are very harmful as the environmental conditions will be hampered due to continuous extraction of material from the earth's sources. Because of growing urbanization, land which was previously being used for agriculture and similar other purpose is now used to build roads and to raise settlements. When this leads to shortage of agricultural land, forest land is used for agriculture. So this is also a social problem. Agricultural land is being used to construct roads and raise settlements. So we will fall short of agricultural land, right? So how this land is replaced now? Trees are felled in great numbers and forests are reduced. So that means it affects the forest. Energy is reduced. Energy is needed to produce construction material. It is used on a very large scale to prepare bricks from soil, cement from limestone, glass from sand, and so on. Where does the energy come from? It is produced using natural fuels like coal, natural gas, or mineral oil. These natural fuels can be used only once. They get consumed when we use them. Moreover, burning these fuels leads to air pollution. It takes lakhs of years for these sources of energy to form in nature. That is why it is necessary to bring into use other sources of energy such as solar energy or wind energy, which are available in plenty and which do not cause pollution. These are non-exhaustible sources of energy. All living things need shelter. Like humans, some other living things also build shelters using various materials in the environment. But last year we saw that the shelters are eco-friendly and temporary. We should also be able to make permanent houses that are eco-friendly. Some characteristics of eco-friendly houses: minimum consumption of natural resources, use of non-exhaustible sources of energy such as biogas, wind energy, and solar energy, recycling of water, recycling of garbage, avoiding artificial materials and artificial colors, provision for natural light and ventilation in the house. So you can see in the picture an eco-friendly house, and on the left side the characteristics are mentioned of eco-friendly houses. So this is listed in textbook on page 56. You can go through it. Do you know about underwater shelters? Water tourism has now become an important occupation. In some places there are underwater shelters for tourists. From these shelters, we get a direct view of the seabed and the amazing marine life. You can see in the picture how the seabed appears through the glass. Such shelters are observed in the coastal regions of Europe and North America. So, this is a tourist destination. Do you know the city of Mumbai comprises 7 islands? So in the first picture below, you can see the group of 7 islands. The portions of water bodies between them were filled with stone and earth to create land. So you can see how Mumbai city is seen now in second picture after it was filled up with stone and earth to create land wherever there were water bodies present in between. Later, settlements, roads, and industries were developed on this land. So you can see the Brihan Mumbai metropolis. Because this reclaimed land is in a low-lying area, it easily gets waterlogged when there is a heavy downpour. So we often see or face the consequences of heavy rains in Mumbai especially. Why? Because it's a low-lying area. That's why waterlogging becomes a big problem whenever there is a heavy downpour or heavy rainfall. So dear students, what we have learned in this chapter? We observe a variety in the types of house construction in regions of different climate. Okay, so there's variety in the types of house construction in regions of different climate. Houses are built to suit the climate of that particular region. Different materials, all obtained from nature, are used to build houses. So we should use the resources carefully. We should be judicious in using energy. Judicious means we should take a wise decision, we should be careful. It is necessary to increase the use of non-exhaustible sources of energy. It is necessary to build eco-friendly houses. We have studied the characteristics, right? We must take care that the environment is not harmed in any way. So all these points are covered in this chapter. Hope you have understood this chapter well. Do read the textbook for a better understanding. Stay safe, keep learning, and thank you.